Good morning, good morning. Let me share with you my joy and my love and my appreciation for you being here. Whenever you get here, that's great. That's how the guides work it. There's no bad timing. It's all perfect. Okay. This morning I'm using diffusing, gathering, which is one of my all-time favorite Young Living essential oils. It's a blend, and white light. This one is kind of new to me, one of my new favorites. Good morning, Lisa Bertotti. Thank you. Good morning, Anthony. Anyway, so white light is one of my new favorites, and that's another essential oil blend that I'm diffusing this morning. I'm going to open today with a couple of cards to get us started and kind of settle in. 2 cards to help us move through the day, remember things. These are the cards for today. And the guides say to bring in these symbols, because symbols are actually easier for us to deal with than the words that are on the back. So the card goes this way because the words are this way. And to bring this energy into that space between the soul chakra above the head and the crown chakra. Just insert it in that space and you can acquire this. These cards are based on the fact that before the fall of Atlantis, the human design was supposed to have 144 strands of DNA, and we somehow ended up with 2. So we are adding these back in, we're reacquiring them, and that can be done energetically. This card symbolizes prophecy. You have access to the Akasha, hence all prophecy is right before you. Use great discretion in what you project so that you do not violate the free will of another. Always good advice every day. Now this card, as we insert this into the space between our soul chakra and our crown chakra, just get a sense for that, of that energy going in. Ooh, let it gather and assimilate in the neck area. Very good. Just receive it on an energetic level. Good. This card is the infinity card, infinite card. You are an infinite being. This activation brings in the silver blue DNA strand and opens you to the acceptance of your expanded being. These are pretty high cards for a regular old Wednesday, don't you think? I'm going to read this prayer to you and just let the words wash over and through you. It's called Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness Akashic Prayer. By the power and presence of the divine within, come Holy Spirit, Spirit of light, come compassionate light. For the highest good of all throughout time, flowering hearts with the supreme light of supreme love. The divine portal opens to the highest realm of the Akashic records for those present. Lords of the Akashic records, bring forth our soul consciousness, fulfilling soul purposes and healing accumulated karma. Akashic beings of light, restore our oneness with the divine, freeing the flow of abundance and highest good from now on. Receiving the enlightenment and wisdom of the masters, teachers, and loved ones. Reveal that which manifests the divine plan for those present. Lords of the Akashic records, bring forth our soul consciousness, fulfilling soul purposes and healing accumulated karma. Akashic beings of light, restore our oneness with the divine, freeing the flow of abundance and highest good from now on. Receiving the enlightenment of the wisdom, and wisdom of the masters, teachers, and loved ones. Reveal that which manifests the divine plan for those present. Free of all resistance, judgment, and fear, the Akashic records are now open. My guide Anubis would like to share with you a chapter in the book that I am writing, and it's called Awaiting Divine Timing. So I'm putting it up here on the screen for you to read along with me. It's very important that you read along with me and hear this and feel the energy in these words. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. Divine timing for humans appears to be highly complex and terribly frustrating. Release your personal agenda of forcing something into existence and instead surrender to the energy that is already present. You will find relaxation awaiting you here. As you release your human agenda and walk hand in hand with the divine, you will find the peace, possibility, and openness that is available to you in each moment. Herein lies another opportunity to develop trust in the divine. Self-will. Awaiting divine timing is an exercise in releasing personal will, also known as self-will, in favor of the dynamically inventive and interactive divine will. Divine will always loves and supports everyone in all life force energies. There are no winners or losers. There is simply the now, the beautiful moment, filled with healing, love, and life. In contrast, self-will is pushy, brittle, demanding of others to be different than they are, requiring this and that like a spoiled child, always needing to be special. Self-will steps on the toes of your nearest and dearest. Self-will by design is limited and cannot see the larger picture, the grand scheme of the great creatress. Self-will takes sides in a duality-based reality. Self-will injures. Self-will presumes superiority, and therefore inferiority and judgment are its counterparts. Self-will burns with the unsatisfiable ego's fire. Self-will is a function of the old paradigm that everything comes into existence by the sweat of one's brow. Self-will leads with a blind eye to its effect on others. Self-will covers up the fragile fear and inadequacy lurking in the shadows. Self-will covers the fragile fear and inadequacy lurking in the shadows, and self-will causes physical pain through its pushing matter forward like Sisyphus, forever pushing the rock uphill. Self-will is a narrow view, takes not the advice of the wise ones, friends, or concerned observers. Now, to be fair, there are reasons, good reasons, that you have self-will. Self-will gets things done, creates an opening for the creative pressure of an idea well formed to be executed in present time. Self-will can be the cause of action that is ripe for the taking and is like a dam releasing its flow. Action taken begets more action within that flow. Self-will seizes the moment and looks for resources available to support or contribute the cause undertaken. Self-will can be an expression of faith in action. Self-will performs tasks required for the fulfillment of divine right action. Self-will may be the way that a problem is exposed for deeper review. Self-will may be how the deeper truth is revealed. Self-will may be how the divine stirs up the status quo and moves energy into other fields of endeavor. Self-will may cause the mistake, the error that eventually becomes the gift inside the problem. Divine will. Divine will knows the play, its players, their motivations, and the complex web of interactions with other humans. Divine will is far-seeing and takes into account the far-reaching effects on others. Divine will makes use of the ripples and changes that happen down the line. Divine will, rightly related, lifts a small action from the mundane into divinely inspired. Divine will utilizes everything and all of you. Spirit, body, mind, emotions, history, and circumstance. Divine will is intimately in cahoots with soul's purpose and the soul's constant evolution. Divine will causes harmony and alignment so that right action will flow forth. Divine will is the flow you are seeking, the guidance you are craving, and the expanded experience of the whole tapestry in minute detail. Divine will tames the negative effects of self-will, which, much like the Aikido master, uses the attacker's inertia to the defender's benefit. Divine will uses self-will's keen determination to fulfill the soul's purposes. Divine will turns regretful mistakes into valuable change currency. Divine will supplants the personality's self-will, much as one would exchange a tiny engine on a large boat for a far larger engine, while allowing the human to stand at the wheel, hair blowing in the wind, sun shining on its smiling face, believing he or she is in control. Divine will releases vast stores of forward momentum in perfect alignment with manifesting your divine plan and your soul's purpose. Divine will is loving yet firm in its clarity. Divine will is much simpler than self-will. Divine will is direct, whereas self-will is cagey, secretive, and covert. Divine will is overt, operating in plain view, so ever present, it is background rather than foreground. Divine will requires subordination of self-will, which at first may feel difficult, risky, awkward, and confusing. Divine will requires a new way of seeing, a new perspective that ascertains the guidance already in place. Divine will is flexible, providing an abundance of suitable choices. For choose you will and choose you must. Choice is the name of the game. And choosing is about laying out a number of options in plain view, not the dualistic either or choices, but revealing the wacky, off-path, ridiculous, magical possibilities that may exist. Divine will subsuming personal self-will produces more than a third choice. Combination naturally produces more choices that are conducive to achieving the greatest good for the greatest number. Harmony results from allowing divine will to subsume personal or self-will. Energy is released that flows in an optimal direction toward an inspired end. That is not an end as much as a pause in the continuance. For in truth, there simply is no end, only various levels of refinement. Refinement of choices, refinement of connection with divine will, the refinement of higher purposes, refinement of who is served in the greatest way. In summary, we have self-will leading the parade, marching staff in hand, knees raised high with each step. intent on having its way, assuming all marchers behind her are in step with her lead. When harmonized with and guided by divine will, self-will expressed as action begets an easier, more inspired journey and ensures that the human is in the middle of the pack, playing her part in the divine drama. Self-will, divinely motivated by divine will, promotes the fulfillment of all souls' purposes. Divine will presides over all and lovingly lays the groundwork for divine timing, and the journey goes on. Just return to the breath and allow yourself to be completely in alignment, all your chakras in complete alignment, receptive to divine will for you for this day. Allow yourself to become aware of divine will, as if it is the current in a river, already flowing in a direction that satisfies your desires, your intents and soul purposes. But you are floating easily and effortlessly on this flow of divine will. You are completely intact, whole, happy, and content. Divine will activates your spiritual heart, full and free, connected with the all that is a part of everything, connected to everyone, all points of consciousness, here present, alert and aware. You are part of the divine plan. And being part of and aligned with divine will allows you to relax and trust the divine who cares for you, loves you, who created you from this deep, vast well of love. You were created as a point of consciousness, thereby becoming your soul. And your soul chose your physicality and personality as a method, a mode of operation to fulfill its plans and purposes. You can feel that expansion in your third eye. Your creative mind aligned with divine will. For the next few breaths, allow this creative mind to bring forth imaginative new solutions and ideas that align you and your soul's purposes with divine will. by the power of divine light within us. Come, Holy Spirit. Come, great compassionate light. Come, Spirit of truth. Be with us this day in all that we do, maintaining our connection with the divine, inspired and directed by this connection with the divine. And guiding us each and every step, every breath, every word. We thank the Holy Spirit for divine illumination and healing received this day. We thank the Lords of the Akashic Records for bringing forth soul consciousness. We thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for enlightened perspectives. The divine portal and the Akashic Records are now closed. And just so that all of you get a chance to read these, I'm holding them up. May you be inspired all day. I'm available to do readings, divine energy healings, real estate consultations, all kinds of things. The Akashic Records are wonderful for all of these things. Bless you. You're welcome to check in on my website, anniechannels.com, for more information. Have a wonderful day.